this week is actually just applications. So the first app I've been using is called Dupe, and this is a social app that kind of aims to aggregate together all of your different messaging apps, and there's a couple of different ways of launching it. So you can see there's some dots on this side of the screen here, and if I pull across, then it launches this this list of your starred contacts, and then underneath it has your most used contacts, and then across here has a bunch of different services. So you've got your phone, messaging, WhatsApp, email, inbox, add an event, send a location. So the cool thing with this is, say you want to call someone, you just drag their name or their little picture across and it will call. And say if you want to send a WhatsApp, you can drag a contact to WhatsApp. You can also tap here to go straight into the app, so it's quite a nice way of sort of aggregating all of your messaging apps together. The way I've got it set up is on Nova Launcher, so that if I tap once on my social folder, it opens this up, and if I swipe, it goes to the normal folder. It's got a dialer in the bottom left here, and if you go on the bottom right, you open up your settings. And as well as the shortcut apps here, you can go to the bottom, and this will open up to all of the social apps on your phone. You also have the option to send money, which is quite cool, and you can do that through PayPal or a couple of different applications. The animations are sometimes a little bit slower than I would like them to be, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use these floating buttons, but I think I'm going to try it out for a while using my home screen setup, as you can see there. Next up, we have pin tasking, and this is an app which allows you to pin stuff kind of like Facebook chat heads, but it's a multitasking system. So you can see that I've now pinned Chrome, and if I tap that, it will open up Chrome, and if I tap it again, it will go to my last app. There is an option so that you can do the swipe up gesture and that will pin it. However, I've just got it set so I can tap in the status bar and it will pin applications for me. It's really useful if you do want to multitask in kind of like a slightly more true way, and you can also use it for tabs on the internet, so you can have different tabs sort of one click away. And then if you want to close it, you simply drag it to the bottom, kind of like a chat head. Next up, we've got Todoist, which has replaced AnyDo as my sort of task manager of choice. It's got some really neat features, so if you do something like, say, go running every week, it will take that sort of contextually and put it as a time frame, so it will know that you want to do this every week and it will make it repeat. I think the user interface is just a little bit cleaner than AnyDo, and you can break stuff down into projects, and if you get the pro version you get labels and filtering. Next on this list we have Nova Launcher, which I know I use all the time and I've talked about before, but it's been recently updated with a couple of new features, and one of these automatically resizes your icons. So if you have an icon pack which is sort of slightly non-uniform, this will pull them all together and give them sort of a uniform height and width, and it makes a lot of icon packs that before looked a little bit messy look very neat and cool. Next up, we've got Paperland Pro Live Wallpaper. I've talked about this before as my favorite live wallpaper, I think pretty much of all time, and it's recently been updated to make it a little bit more stable and slightly less of a battery drain on older phones. It's a great looking live wallpaper with a kind of cut out paper kind of feel, and there's a bunch of different themes you can use. So if you want something for like Halloween, you've got that, and you can also update these and customize them and tweak with them as you like. So you can change like the amount of clouds, whether it's raining, whether the weather corresponds to the weather outside, all that good stuff. But it's a beautiful little live wallpaper, and I really cannot recommend it more highly. And finally on this list, guys, we have Sunshine Icon Pack. This is kind of like moonshine. I guess that's where it's inspired. I guess that's where it's inspired from, but it's a little bit more colourful, a little bit more matte, and I think kind of slightly more playful. But using this on the new Nova Launcher update gives them that really nice little uniform height, and I think it looks really, really cool.